1 over 0. What is it? Is it infinity? Well, something divided by 0, it could be infinity or not. Okay, that's what we talk about. I give you answer first. It's not infinity. Then what is it? 1 over 0 is not a number. Okay, that's it. That's it? Well, that's the answer to middle school student. But if you have the high school math, then I can give you a little bit more detail. I can elaborate what it is. What is 1 over 0? Well, if you look at the other video, we created for you the what is rational number. Rational number is the ratio of integer. Okay, so this is integer, so that's all right. But there is a little details. The condition is this integer is not 0. That's the definition of rational number. So this is disqualified. This is not a rational number. How about irrational number then? Like that? Well, teacher didn't tell you, but anything divided by 0 is not rational number. Okay, so overall, all the number we are excluding divided by 0 kind of numbers. Okay, why? Because it doesn't make sense. Well, how does it make sense? Say 1 over 0 is some kind of number, right? So 1 equals 0x. So you remember y equal ax. Okay, so this is like you have sum y equals ax intersection of y coordinate. That's the root. That's the answer, right? In this case, look at the slope. It's 0, so it's here. Okay, and the y is here, 1. So do they intersect? No. So the answer doesn't exist. So this is same as solving simultaneous equation like y equals 2x 3 and y equals 2x or plus 3 minus 3. Okay, you cannot solve this simultaneous equation because it's 3 and minus 3. It's a parallel. They are parallel line. They don't intersect, so there's no answer. And if you tell me I want number x and y that satisfy these two equations, doesn't exist. Okay, so same thing here. You tell me 1 over 0. 1 over 0 is you're asking intersection of this line and the dot here. It doesn't intersect, so it doesn't exist. Okay, so that's not the number. Well, let's look at this way then. When we solve the some quadratic function, there is a case that you encounter this. This one doesn't make sense either, okay? Because say this is x, so x squared minus 1 equal x squared. X squared plus 1 equal 0. Say if y equal this, I don't know why it's keep disappearing here. The equation y is like that. it doesn't intersect with x-axis, so there's no solution for this. It doesn't make sense to have this, right? But we gave a nice name for this called I, which is imaginary number. The why we give this nice name and use it as an imaginary number, but this guy we don't give any name. Let's give a k or something and use it. Well, yes, you can do that. It's exactly the same situation here, but I happen to have a very nice property, and we developed new math called complex number theory. This is very useful. So what happened is, this happened to be useful, but I is not the number. Okay? So if you find something useful, you can do the same thing. Okay, let's see. Now, what's happened is, you can have many kind of same situation, something like minus 1 equals e to the x. So x is log minus 1. Okay, there's no such a number. What is this log negative 1? It doesn't even intersect with negative 1 because log function is all on the positive side, and you're asking to find the intersecting point of this. They don't. So this is another number like 1 over 0 or square root of minus 1. It's not a number. It doesn't exist. Well, sometimes we can make a very good use of it. For example, this I, well, electrical engineering use a lot. They use J instead of I and solve all the electrical circuit problem. So if there is a good use of it, you make a name and use it, but this is not the number. Just like this is not the number. Okay? So that's what it is. Why then it's not infinity? It's look like infinity. Well, if you look at the video on the calculus, on the other videos, infinity is the number that is larger than any real number. Okay? So if you quote some number, infinity is larger. Okay? This one, it's not. It doesn't have a quantity, no greatness. You cannot compare this with 3 or any other number. So this is not infinity. Infinity can compare the number. Okay? So I hope you got everything here about 0 over 1 over 0. Okay. Then what is 0 over 0? Oh my god. Here's another monster. 0 over 0, again, is not a number, because you remember? Here. Okay, this q cannot be 0. It's violating already definition of rational number. It's not rational number, it's not irrational number, and it's not infinity, it's nothing. Okay, so this is not a number. But when you do this way, 0 over 0x, and y equals 0x. This is the line, and y is 0. So basically, any number is okay for 0 over 0. 0 over 0 can be any number, but that's just meaningless saying any number satisfies this equation. Okay, it's not a number. Okay, so that's the correct way to look at. It's not infinite. The reason is this: infinite, you can compare the number. Well, you cannot add infinite or subtract, but you can compare the number. That's the infinite. This you can't. Okay? So that's a story about something over 0.